Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today I'm going to be showing you guys some loadouts you can use to AFK your V-bucks or X-ray missions. Yes, and I mean it. Like,
what are you doing?
Like you can actually AFK, like,
no.
You can walk away from your controller.
No, I don't want to kiss.
Now there is a few stipulations with this build. For one, it will not take you through the end game. You cannot use this in the end game. Don't come crying to me when you set this up and go to Twine Peaks and you get dropped off in the wilderness because you thought that this was gonna work against some 255 smashers and and I'm not gonna be blamed for that. I'm telling you now, it's not gonna work. It's probably also not going to work depending on what type of objectives you have to do for the V-buck mission. If you got more than one Atlas, it may work with 2, it may work with 3, but it will not work with 4. That is, unless you get God spawns, of course. But this loadout will work in most missions in Ventures as well. That is until you get to the higher zones, like 56 and up. I think you should probably go ahead and switch it out. You could probably still get away with it, but definitely once you get past 70, you probably don't want to use this build anymore. So let me just show y'all everything I got underneath the hood. Alright, so this is my stereotypical AFK loadout. I got Electro Pulse in the lead with Supercharged Traps as my team perk. Got Power Knocks, got Thunder Thor inside. That's actually gonna be crazy. Mega Base, Regular Base, and Harper. Now this is actually unique because I don't really see people have Electro Pulse Penny in the lead, because most people put Thunder Thor in the lead. But for me personally, the bigger targets are probably gonna get to your base anyway if you're not using traps. And if you're not using traps, I think you definitely want Pulse Penny in the lead. Main reason I say that is because compared to Thunder Thor, she does like 38 point something every 5 seconds as they walk across your base. With Electro Pulse, every time they hit it, they're gonna get hit with 44 base damage. So it's just comparable. For me, I'd rather have Electro Pulse because people do tend to, the husks do tend to get towards my base, because when I'm AFKing, I make it with as little resources as possible. So they tend to make it and they tend to get dropped off by her. Now you can replace her though. I know some people use Heavy Base in the lead. He basically makes it to where if an enemy is on your base that has like the blue light, the blue glow on like the ground and stuff, or like on the walls and stuff, pretty much if a husk dies around it, it'll count up towards 30 charges, and after 30 charges it explodes and does 89 base damage if he was in the lead, 39 inside. It's pretty cool, and I probably might actually use him for the mission that we're going to be doing today. I think if you're going to be doing something that's higher power level, you probably do want him in your support or in the lead somewhere. So I'll probably actually be using him today, but I'm actually not going to put him in lead because there's another lead that I think is a little bit better than him, and we actually already have him in support. It's actually Mega Base, because if you're doing something that has a lot of objectives that you have to protect, like if it's multiple atlases or anything like that that has a bunch of objectives that might be nearby and you could probably benefit from the extra connectivity, I think that this works fine. Not to mention, because we're using supercharged traps, it really benefits our build, along with the fact that we also got base damage with Electro Pulse Penny and Thunder Thor. With the extra connectivity, it just makes the range at which we could do damage longer. So for me, I'm actually going to put him in lead for the mission that we're doing today, but just because this is my stereotypical build, I don't have him in lead. The other person you could probably put in lead is Ice King, and of course Thunder Thor. But for Ice King specifically, it basically just stuns people whenever they hit your base. Like I said, it's the same thing with Heavy Base. You probably want to use this if you're in a higher power level zone or something. In the 70s, which is around the level that we're going to be doing today, I don't think you need him at all, in fact, but you can use him, of course. Like I said, for the team perk, we got Supercharged Traps. We're actually going to be using Mega Base, so this will make this a lot better, mainly because in case our base damage isn't doing enough, and it probably won't in the 70 zones, with Supercharged Traps and with 5 Constructors, it'll make our floor spikes do a whole lot more damage, and I'll explain that once I get to the build. Power Base Knocks inside, this is also very rare, but you can put them in lead if you want your walls to heal a lot better, but I don't think you need to do that. Leaving them in support is fine, and this is really what adds the AFK-ness to the build, cuz, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, really gonna heal the walls for real? Like, that's crazy. Thunder Thor, like I said, you could put her in lead if you really want to, but like I said, the damage is comparable, but I'm leaving her inside. I think she does fine in here. Mega Base, we're actually gonna switch him to lead for this mission, but he's inside for now. Base Cow, and like all the other heroes that I talked about being in lead, they would also work inside. So if you don't think your walls need extra thickening, you could just get the booster with the blue go and probably be fine. You don't even need him. So you could probably replace him, and I probably am when I get to the mission. Last person is Harper. She just increases our trap durability by 17.5, 52 in the lead. You can put her in lead as well, but I don't think you need extra durability because chances are you're probably going to beat the mission before your traps run out of durability. But if you don't have all your survivors, you probably might want her in lead. But like I said, I think you should focus on the damage because this base damage will drop off like quite extensively as you go up further, especially if you don't have Electro Pulse, Heavy Base, or Thunder Thor in your lead. You're probably gonna want to have her. All right, then let's go ahead and cook up a loadout that we can use because the mission that we're doing today is a power level 70. It is 9 time peaks. Wow. It's in Candy Valley. It's a double Atlas mission. If my controller can get there, here it is right here. We are going to be doing it solo, of course. I'm going to show y'all something else that's interesting. So let's go ahead and put Kyle in the lead, supercharged. I'm going to have Knots in here, fully contained, Thunder Thora, Heavy Base, because I don't think we need Base Kyle, and Machinist Harper. This is actually going to sound crazy, but for gadgets, I actually have Proximity Mine. Now, you can definitely cook up with these, especially if you tend to find that the mobs are getting through your base. You can actually leave these proximity mines down before you start the mission, of course. And the bigger huts that actually get towards the objective, that get inside the walls, I'm gonna show you guys a build that I'm using. You can use these proximity mines and they could actually help you out a lot. Because it's lower level missions, these proximity mines will do mass damage. You can definitely switch out everything that I have on to suit your playstyle. The stuff that I have in this loadout is not end all be all. You can play the game however you like. Anyways, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment what y'all want to see next. I think I'm going to show you guys an infinite bull rush loadout next. And I think that video is going to go crazy. All right, then let's go ahead and get straight into the mission.
Let's find those targets.
I won't lie, the main intention for this build is just to like not do anything. I'm just gonna mainly try to sit up here on this roof and try not to shoot at all and just let the build work for itself. So as you guys can see around the Atlas, I have no walls. I just have ramps and floors at the top for the anti-airs, but I have no walls. Now, if I had just one objective, I would have walls, like those wooden half walls that y'all see on the right side that the zombies are attacking. I would have them around the objective if I only had one, but as you can see, I got two of them. I got two of them bitches. So, yeah. And I also should have put like, and I'm trying to hide away from the lobbers and stuff. I also should have put floors after those walls as well, just in case the base could connect towards that, because I think it could have, but I never did that. But I got anti-airs on top. They are mainly because lobbers and flingers are going to be throwing stuff at me. Well, just lobbers. The flingers, they actually going to be focused on the objective. But it's a low-level mission, and I have these 50-something, 60-something traps, like floor spikes. They're not even that high level. And look at heavy base coming through with the gas. But I got floor spikes that are right underneath the ramps, like underneath the ramps around the Atlas. And here I am. I'm trying to get him without having it to break the wall, but I can't. So I gotta. Y'all should every time you see those little guys, the little what do they call them? Yeah, y'all know the gnomes. That's what they call them. Every time y'all see them gnomes, y'all need to hit them, cause you might get a power core. But anyway. So I got like these floor spikes. You can see it right there on the left on that ramp underneath. I have them underneath them. You can technically spam them around the build. Like you can go crazy with them if you want to. Just keep them connected to the base and they'll probably do mass. Cause my copies, they're spec'd out to do damage because I have full durability survivors in my squad. So I don't need to put durability on my traps. I know that sounds crazy because I know a lot of people focus on durability more than anything. And I think that that's fine if you have the idea to stall with your traps. And I do. Yet at the same time, my ceiling electric fields, my wall darts, my floor spikes, they're all spec'd out to do damage. And even in my tire traps, they're spec'd out to do like reload. They're spec'd out for reload. I don't really want them to have durability. I need them to reload because for my ceiling drop traps, they are for stalling. Like they are stalling, but they don't need durability on them really. But I know people go crazy about that stuff. So if you want to put durability on your traps, you can. But for me, I spec my traps out for damage. They're like, I want them to kill what unless it's a stall, like unless it's stalling traps. And floor spikes, they technically do that. Like they do stall, but I want them to do damage. And I think that they help out a lot on lower zone ventures. So I have my spec towards damage. That's all I'm gonna say. But I got the anti-airs on top. I put the base in the middle so it could connect as far as possible to every tile that it could go to. And this is why I have mega base, because I have two objectives. The lower you go in power level, the less base heroes you need for damage. If you're in like a power level 5, you really only need Thunder Thor. But if you're going to maybe like a 40 zone, maybe you want Thunder Thor and maybe you want heavy base. Or if you are going even higher, then you would probably want more that will help you with base damage so that you don't have to worry about it. And I'm just hiding away. I'm just trying to hide away from the lobbers because I'm not trying to shoot. I'm just trying to let the build fight for itself. And here I am. I actually just bought a new emote. Not this one. This one comes with the pickaxe, but I bought a new emote and I didn't put it in my rotation. So And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I keep copyrighted music on. I don't care if my videos get copyrighted. I don't care if my videos get copyrighted. I'm going to dance. I will sing and dance. I will not refrain my tongue from praising the Lord. So yeah, I got a new dance. I didn't do it in this video though. Look at that though. You know what's bro? Look at this. He dies. That surprised me. I didn't think he would die from that. That surprised me a lot. I'm not gonna lie. And then look at him. Look at him over there. Look at the flinger. He going crazy. But it's not working because the anti-airs, they're not low level. The anti-airs are not low level. They are 130. And I believe that they also are spec towards damage as well. Now with anti-airs, I know for sure I did not spec them the way that they're supposed to be. I think you want reload and durability on them. But I have my spec towards damage. And I know that that's not optimal either. And I'm smacking the gnomes, of course, trying to see if I can get a power cell. And I never did. And no, I'm not getting the loot. I don't need it. I don't need it. Yes, you can be sick about that. Yes, you can be pissed off. I don't care. I'm not getting the loot. I'm sorry. But I was so surprised to watch him die. That is crazy. We doing crazy. But I believe, like, and then look at the anti-airs putting in work. He can't even, he is so upset. And you know, he making so much noise too. I didn't know that they were that loud. He making so much noise. But I believe that these anti-airs are doing so much damage though because of supercharged. Although one of the tiles right there, they're not connected. I noticed that. Because these damn propanes, they start getting and they shredding it up. But like I said, I'm trying to let the build fight for itself. Because as you can see, my atlases are not taking any damage. Although you can't see it. Have you heard them beep? Have you heard them do ramp, 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 ramp? Uh-oh, the atlas is taking damage. Have you heard that? No. That means that they're doing fine. But the propanes are shredding my crap up. Low-key, you probably might need to upgrade your floors. Maybe. But as you can see, we went on ahead and cleared it. I don't know. If you want to upgrade your floors, you might need recycling at that point. Recycling, I can't recommend it really. Because I feel like depending on your build, you might not get as much mats back as you think you are. I don't know. And then for this build specifically, it kind of defeats the purpose. If I'm AFK, I'm not going to want to reach for the materials. Doesn't make any sense. So that's why we're not using it. But that's pretty much going to be the end of this video, y'all. I talked through the whole game. I wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to let it play out. No. All right, for the next video, y'all. For the next video, I'll just let the build and stuff speak for itself. And I'll only come in, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sparingly so y'all could, like, vibe with the video type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? All right, then. I'm going to let the rest of the video play out, though, for real.